because we always kept losing to those stupid Cowboys. I said, there's no teasing each other when the other person's team wins, because it's just not fair. And she doesn't like to see me cry. So, no teasing. Now here's the deal. Mike Holmgren loses 3 years in a row. He says something has to change. And he looked at his coaching staff, and he made a decision. He said, no longer am I going to be like the dictator coach that's got to be my way or the highway. I see so much potential in each of his coaching staff. He goes, I'm going to release power. I'm going to give way more responsibility than any coach has ever done. I'm going to trust these guys that I've hired to do their job and do it better than I could do alone. And so he begins to give away responsibility. And these guys just eat it up like Campbell's chunky soup. You know what I'm saying? And so Green Bay goes to back-to-back Super Bowls in 96, 97. 3 years of losing to the Cowgirls. And then we go to the Super Bowl and win, and then we go back to the Super Bowl and lose to the Broncos. Any Broncos fans in here? Nobody cares, so put your hand up. Okay. So, here's what's cool. Because Mike Holmgren believed in his coaches, he saw potential in them that they didn't even see themselves, but he still gave them responsibility. 11 of Mike Holmgren's assistants went on to become head coaches themselves. Show the coaching tree to them. Jessica, could you put that picture up? I think, yeah. So check it. You can't really read it all, but there's like 11, and then a bunch of them went on to like have other guys below them. And so his coaching tree is just nuts. And that's only one branch of Bill Walsh's coaching tree. And so here's why I tell you all this. Just like Coach Holmgren dealt with his assistants, God deals with us on the basis of who we can become. Not who we are, not who we were. Please hear this. So many people trip up on their past failures and mistakes. They get tripped up. And here's why this is so crucial for us as a church. Because God looks at us through the lens of Jesus Christ. He sees us through Christ. Because Christ is in us. Oh. Just grasp that. Colossians 3:4. Again, go back to Colossians. Paul's kind of talking about this. He says, when Christ, who is your life, appears, then you also will appear with him in glory. When the big guy shows up, we're going to be with him. The riches of God's glorious inheritance includes you and me, based on the future glory we share with Christ Jesus. Here's the next thing I want to teach. The resurrection of Christ shows the greatness of God's immeasurable power for all of us who believe. That's the third thing. Verse 19 says, and what is the immeasurable greatness of his power towards us who believe? According to the working of his great might. Verses 20 and 21 explain it. Looks like this. He says that he, God, worked in his Son Christ when he raised him from the dead, when he seated him at the right hand in the heavenly places, far above all rule and authority, and power and dominion. And again, there it is, above every name that has been named, not only in this age, but the one to come. Ephesians 3:7, Paul in the same letter, speaks to this point. He says, of this gospel, that I was made a minister according to the gift of God's grace, which was given me by the working of his power. We have power. Holy Spirit power in Christ. My son Hunter, he's doing something in a room downstairs. He couldn't stand in here. I was going to point to him, but he was a wee little boy. He's like 6'5", but when he was like 1'5", he was playing in the sandbox. All right, he's like 3 or 4, much like this one. He's playing in the sandbox and he's doing what kids do. He was down digging like ditches and holes, and he had some like castle-looking things, and he gets to this like sand rock, and he's digging around this rock, and it was kind of in the wrong place, so he was just going to kind of roll it out of the way. He's digging around, and he can't move it. He's just too little. And I'm watching, right? I'm sitting on a bench watching him there, and he's like trying to, move this sand rock, and it won't crumble. And this little dude is just with all Finally, I just see him stop, and he kind of hangs his head and shoulders and walks back to his little friend. He starts doing, whatever. I go, hey, buddy, what's going on? He goes, I can't move that. He goes, I said this. I go, did you use all your strength? And when you have little boys, and you're like, show me your muscles. He did this. Dad, I used all my muscles. And I think he said muscles. And he's like, look. And he comes over and he says, feel it, go ahead, feel it. Careful. Yeah. You didn't hurt yourself, did you? So, he does that little muscle thing, and I'm like, I asked him the question again. Did you use all your strength, son? And now he's puzzled. Yeah, Dad. I said, no, you didn't. He's looking at me, and I go, no, you didn't use all your strength. And he looks back at me, looking at his arms. And I said, son, you didn't ask me for help. Ask me. I'll help you. And then so many of us are trying so hard to live by our own power and strength. When we have this immeasurable power at our fingertips through Christ. And we're just not asking for it. We're struggling to move that boulder, to move that rock, and it's immovable without the help of Christ. So much like my son, we don't use all our strength when we neglect to ask our Heavenly Father for power. I'm going to kind of close like this. Ephesians 6. We're in Ephesians. It's just an awesome. Put on the whole armor of God. Let me read that for you as a great reminder of what we're to do. It says, put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand or stand against the schemes of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers and against the authorities and the cosmic powers over this present darkness. Over this present what, church? Darkness. So why do we put on the armor? Because of darkness. Because of these authorities and cosmic powers and these rulers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. We could never defeat these spiritual forces on our own. We don't have the power. We can't move that boulder on our own. But we can through the name who is above all names. On that first Easter morning, the forces of heaven are awoken because a dead man gets up and walks out of a tomb. That's power. That's never seen before. Jesus walks out of his tomb and changes everything. Sin was defeated on a cross. Here's the thing, though. Sin remains to be fought. We must still fight sin. We must still resist sin. Satan was defeated on that cross, but Satan remains to be fought still today. And for this fight, God equips us with the heavenly forces of love, grace, forgiveness, and joy. Joy. Finn and Ray in The Force Awakens, they found themselves in the middle of an epic battle. Things changed when they found their identity. Things changed when they found their calling, their purpose, their reason they were born. And things changed when they stepped out of the dark side into the glorious light. May you wake up and embrace the epic adventure that God has laid before you. May your hearts be open to the joy of knowing Jesus, who provides us the power to forgive our yesterdays, to redeem our todays, and to give us hope for tomorrow. May the force of the universe awaken inside of you and inside of me. Let me say a prayer. Heavenly Father, we are glad to be children, your children. God, thank you for sending Jesus on a rescue mission. You sent Jesus, as C.S. Lewis said, to enemy-occupied territory. And the King has landed, and he's calling all of us to a mission of sabotage to this world, because this world is not our home. We're just passing through. So Jesus, give us the power to open the eyes of our hearts to the power and the strength that we have available to us in you. I pray, God, that if there's anyone here tonight that's been struggling on their own, that they would just swallow that pride, that they would just take the road that leads to humility and say, I can't do it alone. I need help. Jesus, help that person. Help me tonight. I'm that person. Help me to get out of my own way. Help us to get out of our own ways. And Jesus, awaken the Spirit power inside of us. Help us to see it. Help us to live it. And help us to be people that are known in a church that is known as doers, not just thinkers. There's enough Bible studies. There's not enough Bible doings. We want to be doers, not just hearers of the word. But Jesus, thank you for giving us a model to follow. Thank you for being the leader and that we get to imitate as a child imitates his father. Help us to walk in love, Jesus, and wake up the spirits inside of us.